Alright, it's recording. Hey everyone, we're playing Minecraft. It's gonna be in the background today. I play with cheats on. I've got like keep inventory, and I'm not gonna lie, I use like slash locate and shit because, I have a fucking life, and I don't feel like dealing with the bullshit of this game sometimes. Um, we're digging to an ancient city. I saw like I'm in a cave. Just started this world like 10, 20 minutes ago. We're on like, you can see it's on day one, and right next to spawn there's a fucking ancient city, which is super fucking lucky. How close are we? 128. Here we are. So I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna. Yep, there we go. All right, I'm gonna go up and get iron, but I've got iron in a fucking oven up there. But what I wanted to talk about in this video, I just had to end an hour and a half recording of talking about this because I, like, in an offhanded comment about my friend, accidentally said like what specific job he was going to be doing. And it'll make sense in a bit, but one of my friends recently has gotten a music like work opportunity thing that is a super big deal. I'm not going to get into it, but it basically spells the end of his time in college. Because and it's not like he's dropping out to go work on the fucking lumber mill, and by the time he's 24 he's gonna have no fingers. It's not like that type of shit. It's like like the whole point of the degree is to get insert specific job he wants. Not gonna say what it is because I've already fucking doxed him enough. Actually, not you. I need that. But yeah, you know, it's I don't know. It's like the whole goal of college is to get this job and that job and to get to build the life you want eventually. And he fucking got it. He did it. And we did like a celebratory dinner for him, because we were it was weird because it wasn't exactly a goodbye dinner because he's still going to be around. Depending on, hey, we have hit blue. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, I'm playing on Bedrock just so that I can use controller. Keyboard and mouse is better, but like I like controller fun. Hey, oh, that's weird. All the sculpt. No, they don't take up a full block. It was just that one. Weird. Oh shit! Gold apple, gapple, and two music. Um, I'm playing on peaceful too because I'm just keeping it a buck 50. I don't feel like doing any of that shit. Oh wait, you can craft bundles. Oh, that's fucking sick. Can I put you in offhand? Nope. Thank you, Bedrock. Thanks, Obama. Wait. So how do I take it out? Take from bundle. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's fairly intuitive. That's cool. Yeah. Look at that. Inventory clean. That's pretty cool. All right. We're gonna keep digging down, but from here we're just gonna walk it. Shut the fuck up. Fuck you. Um. Oh, it's cool that the torches light up in your hand. They literally did just pull in every Minecraft shader mod of all time, didn't they? Let's see. How do I? Yeah. Okay, I'm trying not to mine too much just because it's fucking boring and caving is cooler. Um, Damn, this shit is nice. The shaders, the Bedrock shaders, they work shockingly well. Good Allah, good Allah. All right, I wish there was a built-in X-ray pack. I'm not gonna lie, just because people shit on X-ray, people shit on that, and it's like, I'm busy, man. Come the fuck on. I don't have time for this shit. Like, the only reason I have time today is because it's spring break, and so I get like a week off. This is the one that builds the XP shit when you kill mobs, right? Or it takes the XP from the dude. I sound like I was thinking about this. I've had such little free time in the last few years that I sound like a fucking normie now when I'm on games and shit. And I'm not gonna lie, that's like one of my biggest fears is like becoming a normie. And it's not out of like any fucking Reddit urge to be like this is bad actually, but it's just because look at like how fucking stupid the average person in your country is. Look at just how shit the average conditions are in your country, and it's like I don't want to be the average fucking American. Good God, look at how shit the average American is as a person, and tell me that you'd want to fucking be that. And the answer is no, you fucking don't. And it does go up this way. Yeah, okay, it goes up that way. Okay, we're just gonna keep digging down. I could probably do like the 1x2 thing, but I don't have a water bucket, and I don't feel like fucking spam clicking a left trigger for 10 fucking hours, you know. But but honestly, that's one of my biggest fears in life is like being normal, because I've spent a pretty much all of my life heavily ostracized socially because of my fucking weirdness. And the idea of losing such a core fucking thing in my personality of like, you know, if I'm gonna be honest, in real life, like in my day-to-day life, I'm a pretty fucking weird goober. I'm kind of funny looking. I'm not conventionally. I mean, I don't want to be a dick and shit on myself and say you're ugly. I'm not. Nobody's gonna look at me and be like, "Whoa, humana, humana." I'm kind of funny looking, and that's all right. But I've always valued that. I've always valued, like, the average person is so fucking stupid that it's okay to be like a little just fucking weird bastard. Hell, if anything, it's a good thing. And it's being a weird fucker has been something that I've always valued. And seeing it now, where like we had back in the 2010s, there was this big thing of like nerd and loser culture getting super co-opted by like just weird groups of people online. And you had like the Doctor Who fandom going from like you're gonna get punched in the fucking mouth if you mention that shit at school to like when did they add that? I've never seen a city with the fucking gapple. That's cool. I'm not going to bother with all the redstone shit in the basement. Does this city... Okay. It looks like there's pretty clear division of, like, the quadrants and shit. So I'm just going to go quadrant by quadrant and loot the shit out of it. And I'm not going to bother... Here's what we're going to do. That's how we're going to avoid the fucking shriekers. Because it's peaceful, so they're not going to fucking do anything. So, don't feel like hearing that shit for the next 10 goddamn minutes. Probably like close to an hour of this shit, not gonna lie. But, yeah, but I don't know. It's kind of a genuine, like, not fear. What's the specific word? Dude, that is so pretty. The shader packs look fucking excellent, man. Mojang did great with that shit. But, Mojang? Yeah. For a split second, I couldn't remember if Mojang or 4J Studios was the main, What is this? No loot? No chest? No loot? Damn. Ooh. Okay. Fuck all. Abysmal dog shit. Let's get you. Ooh. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell no. Damn, prop 4. Does cursive vanishing still work on keep inventory? Does it still fucking do anything? I know it doesn't on Java, but that's one of the things I could see being like, oh, this is different parity. Insert words. I don't know. Um, oh God, though. What the fuck was I gonna tell you all about this time? And my inventory is already full. Very cool. Ugh. Yeah, the bundle was a fucking necessary change, man. Oh my God. Inventory. We are 2 fucking seconds into looting. My inventory is full. Good God. Doesn't. Yeah, nothing past that. Okay. Yeah, got you. Didn't get you. Nothing past that. All right, let's grab you. Dude, I just fucking heard my headphones like peak. My headphones have been doing this thing. I'm not gonna lie. There is no company in the fucking country that makes headphones worth a fucking fart or dick or anything. 2 gapples? Damn. All right, shit. I guess we doing gapples now. Yeah. Yeah, damn. But okay, that's everything. But it's just the idea of being normal is, or being like that stock stereotypical normal where like being a fucking normie, you know, that shit scares the fuck out of me. And I think my fears get kind of confirmed because, you know, I go to a liberal arts college in a very conservative state, and because of that, I'm surrounded by like the 1% of people in the fucking state who agree with me, who kind of think similarly to the way I do, you know? And I don't want to hear your fucking bullshit political whatever the hell in the comments, but like I'm just gonna leave that. It's just I feel like being surrounded by like the 1% of like-minded people has honestly been kind of bad for me. And I know that sounds fucking weird to be like, actually it's bad to have a group of peers that are fuck. That's pretty. Like it's bad to have a group of peers that are, you know, like you. I get that that's a fucking weird take, and I'll elaborate. I don't know, just something about feeling like a majority, feeling like your thoughts are the main group thing. It's all that. It fucking freaks me out, man. It makes me feel a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. Is there a way to like on Java how you can like control click? I think it is. Is there a way to do that where it forces everything? Now we can get a snow golem eventually. Let's get the fuck out of here. Get boned. It's fucking stupid. All right, let's get you. Do I have any blocks? Yeah, I got cobble. But I don't know. Just the idea of like slowly slipping into groupthink through that shit. It scares the hell out of me. And to be honest, I kind of was there at points because, or the idea of like being in an echo chamber, being in that groupthink idea, it scares the shit out of me if I'm being real. And I remember back in the election, that was like one of the moments where I was like, holy shit, I fell for the, you know, social liberal programming or whatever you want to call it. Like, and I'm not saying because of any beliefs, but because, you know, I'm sure you can gather from the fact that I'm not a knuckle dragging retard, that I'm not a conservative. I don't believe in that horrible shit. And because I'm at a liberal arts college where like, you know, I'm a fucking music major. It doesn't get more liberal artsy than that. It really doesn't. And because of that, I was like, you know, pretty surrounded by like-minded people who all have similar vaguely leftist beliefs to what I do. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a pure echo chamber where like there is not a single, you know, it's still one of the most conservative, uneducated states in the country. So like there's a decent amount of that shit, but I think being for the most part, surrounded by people who think similarly to me, has led to this weird thing where, like, how do I put it? Like during the election, I was like 100% sure. Like I fucking believed that Harris would win, and I didn't vote because my state is conservative and because of the way the leanings work in this country. It was basically like there would be no fucking point. You can debate that all you want in the comments. Well, if more people like you would have done that, yeah, but it didn't fucking happen. So I'm sorry to come off so aggressive like that. I don't know what the fuck I was. I said that shit like I was mad. God damn. There you go. There's a little bit more, but like when all that shit happened, it was this weird moment where everyone around me, not everyone, there was like the a small amount of people who like disagreed with this. They all had like similar-ish beliefs. They had similar kind of like thought patterns on shit, and even the like the more conservative people I know were still like, I'm not saying everyone I know was like fucking bumping that Kamala Harris pack, but like it was like a pretty clear majority of people I know were like, oh, even if I disagree with her, I think she's not a bad candidate. That type of Joe Biden rule of law type fucking bullshit. And it led to this just fucking shocking moment when she lost, where it was just like, damn, I've been in like an echo chamber. I've been like I've become like kind of placent. Is that the term? What's the term? Complacent. Yeah, like I've become politically complacent, and I'm worried that it's almost a design of like political life in the U.S. where because everyone wants to be around people like them. You want to have friends who are like you. You want to hang out with people who have similar beliefs and shit to what you do. I mean, there's no fucking harm in that, but turns out there is harm in that because it just it was weird seeing everyone I know so genuinely agree and believe in similar things to what I do, and then seeing it get like effectively fucked on a national stage. It was a weird moment, and it kind of fucked my view of like groupthink and shit. Where in my head I was like, damn, because of the people that I was surrounded by, not because of any honest like what's the term like there was no headline that was like Kamala polls higher than this and da, 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 da. There was no that. It was purely just emotional, and I should have fucking known, to be honest, because that's what happens when you start relying on your emotions over like any actual fucking facts and statistics. Is you get fed lies, you get fed bullshit, and I know that's what the current government, that's what they fucking want, is they want you to be fed so much bullshit that you just take whatever at face value and you just don't question the world around you. So that way, whenever some horrible shit happens to you, you just don't care. And you just have to, well, that's just the way life is, living in a conservative shithole where nobody makes any money and everyone is poor and stupid. I mean, that's really how it is they just I'm sure on some unconscious level, everyone's smart enough to understand, like, yeah, the current government is fucking shit because, insert a whole leftist fucking diatribe here, but like, it was a weird thing because I almost fell. It was scary to see how, like, I don't want to fucking stroke my own dick on this too much, but like, relatively well-educated leftist, and even I still fell for that, like, that block of shit that is just kind of accepting the world around you. I fell into that pattern, and dude, I love my neighbors. They're funny people. They fucking love Valorant. I can guarantee you. I don't even have to hear the speaker to know that is exactly what the fuck they are playing. It is. I occasionally they'll play with like headphones off and shit, and I will hear the fucking Valorant sound effects, and it is the funniest shit of all time. Because I can't speak Mandarin, and because of that, I'll just hear like random bullshit screaming, and I'm just like, yep. It's fun, but dude, the texture is like different now. Dude, I noticed that the potion textures have like dithering on them now. Weird. What kind of hoe is this? What kind of diddy hoe is this? This is a Sigma diddy hoe. I'm getting this stuff for bundles. What are you? Ah, fuck you. Get boned. Ken Bone from Smosh Reads Reddit Stories. Good reference, me. But, hey, another one. Anything good? Ooh, 3. I say like I'm ever gonna put this shit on my fucking anything. But, I don't know. It was scary to see that complacent group thinking that, you know, I mean, it's more common in conservative ideologies and thinking, and I mean, that's why a lot of conservative. Have you ever noticed that some leftist talking points kind of never change, and some right wing talking points are kind of just ever shifting whatever people are mad at in the moment? You know, the one of today, and one that's unfortunately fucking relevant to me is gender identity and how. Fucking insert awful fuck politician here going online and being like these transgenders, you know. I mean that's you know, that's definitely good for my mental health and life and shit, you know. Fuck me. But yeah, get broke. Oh wait. Oh, hey full. You know, what was I saying? It's scary to see the way that type of thinking that leads to, you know, horrible conservative ideologies, that way of that pattern of not questioning the world around you because you're content. It's scary because once life gets good, you stop asking questions. You just accept that, oh, shit just works out. Sometimes things are just good, you know. Oh, Diamond! Oh, fuck. Diamond! Uh, sometimes this game takes me back in a good way. How the fuck do I get up? Get up to other diamond. How the fuck did I get up there in the... I think I went, like, down here, maybe? I have no fucking idea, man. But, yeah, it was the ladder. But, it was just... I had finally hit a point in my life, or I have finally, I'm still at it, where I'm surrounded by people who I'm happy to be around. I have people I care about. I have friends. I have shit that, you know, I just being frank, I live a good life now. And that's, when you live a shitty life, when you live a miserable fucking life where everything, actually, I'm gonna drop this for Diamond, or just for now, let's just, yeah. But, yeah, where are you? Is it here? Yeah, this one. But it's just when you live a shitty life where nothing goes your way, it's easier to question the things around you because it's easy to be like, oh, why does this happen? Why does this happen? When it's you're getting fucked. It's easier to question things around you when the way that things are unjust, when they appear unjust, not even when they actually are unjust, but just when they appear that way. And that pattern of thinking where, like, you know, I hit a point where I was happy and being content. It's a fucking vicious thing where being content led pretty much directly to... I'm only gonna keep one of the yeah, I have fucking 5 of the goddamn things, I can get rid of you. Yeah. Diamond. Yay. Alright, let's get the second diamond. Where's second diamond? Yeah, bro. But, I don't know. It was just a scary idea or realization I had with that shit, where it was like, oh, if I don't continue actively questioning the world around me, even when I have like actively good beliefs and actively, good. I'm sure you can, if you're a fucking far right idiot, you can rant in the comments. There's liberal. I'm sure you can throw out whatever the fuck you feel like saying, but it's just, you hit a point where like you're a good person with good beliefs and good people around you, and when you hit that point, when you're content, your brain is like, and it makes sense because we all live hard lives, I mean, this statistically, average American is working like 50 fucking hours a week, is struggling to make ends meet, has like 2 kids that probably have like leukemia from all the red 40 they're eating, and it's like, unfucking fortunately, the average American has a pretty shit life, and because all of our lives are so shit, all right, ancient city looted, cool. Because all of like the average Americans live a pretty shit life, and I mean, or have had their life be shit at points. It's pretty easy to see how once you get the good life, once you make it through all the bullshit, and once you have that point of like, I get to do my dream career. I'm in college for the job that I want. I am decent enough at what I do that it's like continuing to grad school and shit is on the horizon. And all this shit, it's like, what am I trying to say? It's when you think everything in your life has Adam Sandler like clicked together, it's hard to accept that injustice is still there. It's easy for your brain to tune it out. It's easy to just stop acknowledging the existence of horrible shit when you have that picturesque like ideal life, Like, and I'm not saying that in the moment I'm unaware of this shit, but it's easy to in that pic. I keep saying that word isn't. I mean, I've said it, fucking twice. Like, once you get that picturesque ideal life, you kind of just accept it, and it's understandable. Like, I get it. I'm not gonna shit on my brain, because it's like I've had my life is. I'm sure you can get into insert this privilege, insert that privilege that I've had, and you're right, but like objectively, my life is my life, my life, my life, my life, my life. That fucking God. That's such a good fucking song, man. Oh my God. But my life has had a lot of pretty shit portions up until this point, and I think it's probably intentional from either the government or whoever to intentionally make the lives of the average American so shit that once we get handed that easy out of like, oh, you're building a better life for yourself, it's so easy to fall into that, because I feel like I am more of an active like leftist than pretty much everyone I know, and even then it was still so scarily fucking easy to just look at the life given to me and just be like, well, that's just the way things are, and or not like that. What am I trying to say? It was so easy to put a narrative on it, to say like, oh, things were bad but now they're good. And because I mean, your brain doesn't like nuance. It tries to build a narrative out of life. It tries to say, oh, to keep it in a political vein, a bunch of people were like, yeah, the Trump's first term was bad, but at least we got a break during the Biden administration. And it's like that that's not how it fucking works. Like, just because Biden administration was like mid good, it was like, now here we are you know what I mean? Like, people try and put shit in a narrative way like that, and it's just not. And because of that, Oh, that's cool. The vines are pretty. But like, you know what I mean. I'm sorry that it's not this is all just off the top of my head. None of this is like ideas I've thought about in depth for more than like 5 minutes. So a lot of this is very pretty much all of this is unpolished fucking nonsense. But it's just you get what I'm getting at though, right? Like you have that horrible, few years upbringing, insert whatever fucking tragedy, hardship in your life, and everyone has them. It doesn't, I mean, I'm specifically talking in political context, but like, everyone has that shit in all aspects of their life. Everyone has the horrible thing that happened when they were, insert this age, insert that age. They had, oh, I had this happen to me. I had this happen to me. I had da 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 da. And it's like we all fucking have that. And it's easy once life gets better to just stop thinking about it, to keep that narrative there, to not acknowledge the struggles of other people and shit. And it's it is fucking terrifying. And to me, it scares the shit out of me because this isn't like, some example from some fucking academic study or whatever the hell. Like this is me. This happened to me, and it's fucking terrifying because it's like, what if that happens on a worse scale? Like, what if I, in this moment I'm actively conscious and actively like pushing back against those normalized shit pushed on me, and it's nothing about actual belief, but it's like just the activeness and the what precociousness? No, what's the fucking term I'm looking for? Like you're active partaking in those beliefs while like action on those beliefs, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't matter if you're a leftist or if you're far right. Like I was thinking about it. That was the big thing I noticed was what, like, as in like just now thinking about this, is the average like conservative in my area, the average like super far right fucking whack job, is less so actively campaigning, being like, "Did you vote for Trump? You should vote for Trump." It's less so that type of loud conservative pundit, and more just like small little unconscious behaviors that aren't really actively realized. And I'm not gonna lie, that's fucking terrifying to me because, what would it look like if everyone was active on a political scale slash level or whatever? What would that's fucking scary, huh? Like, if the average person is a batshit insane conservative in my state, then what does it look like when they stop just sitting at home and watching fucking Oprah Winfrey and they start like campaigning? That's fucking scary. But let's put. I haven't built a house yet. I just wanted to get the iron out so I could, if I fucking can. Yeah, where the sheep women at? Let's get you. One. Fuck you. Where's the other one? There was another one like right up here. Well, fuck me, I guess not. But oh, God fucking damn it. Aha. Yeah. Also one. All right. Fuck you too. Hey. 3. All right. Bedtime. Did I leave my fucking crafting table? Yeah. There we go. Let's get. Do we have any ore? Yeah. God, the fucking shaders look so cool. Oh, the fucking mountain. Oh my god, that's sick. Um, all right, here's what I'm thinking for house. I really like this valley. I mean, fucking look at that, man. That's beautiful. I think, honestly, I think right in. right in here, right in here to like what does it look like down here? Like in this area. Yeah, I'm gonna go back up here. Ah, fuck, this is beautiful, man. Hey, pumpkin, pumpkin. But yeah, you know, I mean, I think I've kind of hit the ends of like what I have to say on the political shit, but it's scary, you know, because and the reality is like just quitting critical thinking like that or quitting yeah honestly yeah that's what it is. It's like stopping asking questions, stopping really looking at things in depth and just kind of accepting the world at face value. I mean, everyone does it because, you know, how are you going to critically think if you spend 50 hours a week at work? How are you going to, you know, I'll just be real. I've been taking classes this semester. I'm at 20 credits. I'm taking 6 credits of English stuff just for funsies. And, well, for minor, but I mean, for funsies. And with that, one of the classes I'm taking is like literary criticism, which is like just viewing shit through a critical lens, and it's fun. It's fun. I like it. But all right, let's sort shit for now just into stackable and not stackable, you know. But it's just it fucking scares me that like I objectively am going to have to not critically think for a while because I can't do that shit while I'm like busting my ass, you know? Like you think I'm gonna come home from a long fucking day of school, band, music, do all this shit, help this guy with this, do this, do that, do this, do that. You think I'm gonna come home from that and then sit for an hour thinking intelligently? No. I'm gonna turn my fucking brain off and goon on Instagram Reels like everyone else in the fucking country. Like yeah, I mean that's just life. That's how that shit works here. And it's scary that it's scary to see like that form of like information control because I mean that's what it is end of the day. If you're not actively thinking critically, you're easy to manipulate. That's just how it fucking goes. And let's get diamond peacocks. Do I have wood? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It's fucking scary. It is absolutely terrifying. How much damage does this got do? 4? How much does it actually do though? Like if you're, because I know it's like inertia or however the fuck they do it, but I'd be curious to see. And let's get axe. And this, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna clear like pretty small area, just like honestly just like right in here, and we're gonna build. Let's look around some more first, just to see kind of what we're looking at in general area, because who knows, maybe there's a cooler looking mountain like 2 blocks. Oh, more pumpkin, pumpkin. But you know, it's scary because just because of the way all of our lives are built, we have to not critically think. Like it's not like an option anymore. It's, you know, I'm critical thinking right now because it's 2:32 a.m. I'm going to feel like shit tomorrow. This isn't thinking isn't sustainable in American life. There you go. That's a big fucking quote. You know, that's a cool quote right there for the newspaper. Hello, Mr. Newsman. But you know, that type of thinking, it's genuinely just not sustainable in the average life that we all live for anyone. And it's scary because it's not just like my specific career. God damn it, I did the lisp as a bit, and now I get fucking cursed with it. It's like what show is that where the main character fucking Cartman doing the bit about Tourette's and then he actually gets to, oh, that is sick. The fucking river, oh my god. That's fucking awesome, dude. I probably should have marked the coordinates of where I put all my shit at. That's all right though. Dude, we gotta see this shit. Is that bees on this birch tree? I think. Is that it? No. Okay. Guess I was wrong. Um. Oh, fucking hell. This shit looks like a goddamn album cover. My life like a movie. You know, but I mean, I'm being real. It's not thinking critically. Thinking at all isn't fucking feasible outside of like work because all of our fucking brains, all of our fucking power, all of our everything has to go into work because you have to make ends meet. And it's fucking terrifying that even as a college student, like the place where people are sent to think, to learn, to our brains are growing from fucking Instagram comment section. You know, it's fucking terrifying how even in this institution that's explicitly built for fucking learning, it is the place people go to. College, I go to college to get more knowledge. You know, like it's like this is what it is intended to be, is like the place you go to think and learn and shit. And even here, it's the fucking quote from well, yeah, I mean it's the Latin quote, but I was about to say from fucking Blood Meridian. Fucking weeb when their favorite anime quotes something. Whoa, this is just like Dante's Inferno because every anime fucking loves that shit for some reason. You know, like it's the fucking guy who's only seen porn on Twitter being like, this is a whoa, woman looks like insert actress. You know, it's like, you know, come the fuck on, you nasty bastard. But do you know the tweet I'm referencing? I you know, fuck it, you can do your own research. That's the moral of this video. Try and critically think. And you know, a lot of people clown with the vein of like critical thinking not being sustainable in our society. You know, a lot of people clown on people who are like chronically online, people who get home from work and just fucking scroll and scroll and scroll. But it's like, can you fucking blame them? Like, do you really think after the horrible after the horrible fucking lives we've all lived that, you know, coming home from my day at the shit factory just to go on Twitter and learn about the shitty world we live in. It's like, you know, are you really gonna fucking do that? Or are you just gonna accept the Subway Surfers and the fucking, am I the asshole? My third wife's ex-son said that I Diddy blooded his Sigma. Like are you gonna really try and critical think, or are you just gonna accept the world and just try and fucking just have any form of peace? Like those are really our options in this fucking country. And I don't know if this is the same in the EU, the same in, you know, fucking Russia, China, India, blah blah blah, 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 blah. You know, all these fucking countries. I'm curious. Let me know. Do you guys have the same problem? Like, is there a little German boy? Yeah, yippee! I get to play Fortnite and drink their cola. Yippee! Like, is little German boy, is little German boy unknowingly playing into far right hand book by accepting world at face value? You know, like I get that all of this is a little bit what's the term, like not Reddit-y, but like all of this is a little bit too much like, all right, bro, you're yapping, shut up. Like I get it, but it's, you know, be fucking real. This shit, like, if you accept the world completely at face value and just say that's just the way things are and just don't think about it, you know, that's how you're gonna end up in 20 fucking years working for Amazon with a fucking chip in your neck, talking about some goddamn, I don't mind that Elon can read my thoughts. Like what the fuck are we doing? You know? And it's scary to see how, even though, like, you know, I guess this is you to real woke. You know, even though I'm assuming if you're this far into the video, you're probably someone who has similar thoughts to me, or someone who wants to hear out my opinion, and, you know, good for you if you're doing that. But it's scary to see how even though like on an individual level, like yeah, we're talking about it now. Yeah, we're thinking about it now. We're thinking critically. We're doing this. We're doing that, and we're doing all the right shit right now. But like, pretty wide majority of people aren't, and probably never will. And it's scary to think of it in terms of like manufacturing consent for like shitty political things, because it's like, if the horrors of this country, if the nightmares and the evils of this fucking planet, if all that needs to succeed, it's the all evil needs to triumph is for good men to say nothing. It's that fucking quote where I should have made a bucket instead of an axe. God damn it. Honestly, I don't know if I want to build here because of the ancient city. Like what if I need to go mining and no, this is pretty enough. And we've already got enough shit that it'd be a pain to move. Sleep. Tell you what, let's find village, I think is going to be the next big thing, and probably move in the village, not going to lie. Alright, slash locate, yeah, structure. Village. Damn! 700 blocks away. What the fuck? Okay, it's 600 blocks, like that way. Yeah. Alright, fuck me. What coordinates? Negative 220, 118, 222. Negative 220, 118, 220. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Let's take the bundle. Is there a way to get string without spiders? Don't think so. But it's scary to think of things in that like idea of manufacturing consent, because the sad reality is, unless there's an external push towards critical thinking, there is no possible way that the country or the world can heal from this. Like there's just not, because if no one is critically thinking, and the reality is nobody's going to do an external push, because it's in the people whose self-interest it is to critically think are the people who aren't going to do it. Like critical thinking is important for the lower and middle classes, for bourgeoisie uprising, or proletariat uprising, and blah 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 blah. Insert whatever Marxist fucking reading you want to do on it. But like, it's sad to see that. God damn it, this fucking mountain is a pain. It's like we're so fucked, and because I'm clowning on people, but like I fell into the same shit, even though I had like all the correct beliefs and all the right intentions, I still accidentally played into the handbook of far right fucking loonies. And it's terrifying to see that even good-meaning, well-intentioned leftists can be pushed in that way towards inaction through like the force against critical thinking in our world. And I don't know. It's fucking scary on like dog. It's scary to see on a society level, because if we just accept all this shit, like if everyone does that, which is the future we're trending towards, critical thinking is, it's a lot of people are more doomer than I am. I think it's honestly probably up. Like more people are probably critically thinking now than in the past, however many decades or whatever. And it's like, I should get a boat. That would be helpful. I'm not going to do that. But it's like, what am I trying to say? It's like in a manufacturing consent way, it's like, oh, we're pretty fucked, because let's be honest, social media is kind of used to like on a placate the masses level, and it sucks when an Instagram comment section uses quotes correctly but just sounds like a little dickish about it, because I remember seeing a comment on I can't remember what it was. It was some like fucking bullshit. I can't fucking remember it. But someone said like bread and circuses, and but they said it, and then the rest of the comment was like being a fucking goober, and the quote really poked out to me because it works. Like the idea of bread and circuses, the idea of like worsening actual life conditions while giving an escape, while giving a brain rot, while giving a fucking skibbity toilet to laugh at. It fucking works, and it is terrifying because I mean, a well-intentioned, critically thinking leftist can reasonably take steps to like go against it, like say, regardless of whether I think the world is in a good state, I can say, oh well, no matter what, I am always going to vote in every election, and I'm always going to vote for the candidate who is the most leftist or the most agreeable to my beliefs. And I can say whatever, but it's like, end of the day, that shit still works. That fucking that brain rot, that fucking rich people inventing skibbity toilets so that way you don't think critically. I don't know, call that a fucking conspiracy theory, but it's like, you gonna tell me I'm wrong? Like, all of this shit, it seems very intentional. It seems like a very intentional push to just kind of put in our heads like, what if we just stop thinking? What if we just work every day? We work in the oil rig, and when the boss tells us to fucking stick our hand in the big pokey metal bit, like we just go all right, and then just fucking lose an arm. Like it's scary that even like there's no way to become immune from it because the world, I mean, the country we live in, where we all work fucking hard jobs, we all bust our ass every day. It's impossible to be like the only reason the critical thinkers of the past and shit are like as smart as they are, as good as they are, yeah, as they are at like all that shit. The only reason it reminds me of this like one YouTube video where it was like the only reason the geniuses of the past, the famous, the Shakespeare's, the fucking the Descartes, all the geniuses of fucking yesteryear and all that. Look at me using big words like yesteryear and Apple. That's another big one. I'm bidding, but like it's the only reason those people who were considered geniuses in their time, the only reason they were as intelligent as they were is because they had like massive teams of people effectively doing all the labor for them. They effectively had slaves. Go look back at like fucking any big famous thinker. That's why if you look at like the founding fathers of the US, just for my own country as an example, it's like these are all people who, even by modern standard, don't get me wrong, absolutely bigoted, awful fucking people, but they still had like pretty leftist, like fucking pedagogical thinking and shit. Big words, ooh, you know, but like if you look at like all of their words on paper, a lot of it was pretty fucking progressive shit, even by today's standards. And the reason those people had the time to stop and think critically and had the ability to fucking do any of that shit is because they had infinite goddamn free time, because they all were slave owners. They didn't have to they were able to critically. Dude, why the fuck does the game do that? Where it puts the hole, evil ass hole of falling to your God damn it. Oh, and it's all right. Fuck you. This game is funny. I'm stealing all the workstations. I'm stealing your job. Fucking insert Fox News clip here. But it's a goddamn Family Guy cutaway gag. That would be funny as shit. Putting in a fucking cutaway gag. There was some live streamer who did that. He put like a honest to god Family Guy cutaway in his stream, and shit is so fucking funny. But oh god. Ugh. But it's just like those people of the past that we think of as the great thinkers of the great minds of America, that type of shit. All those people, they were able to think, they were able to do that because they had freedoms, they had free time. They didn't have to bust their ass working a menial wage labor job shit like all of us have to do. And I'm worried that things are going to get worse before they maybe get better. If I'm being real, like I don't know. I'm like more doomer about it than a lot of people, but I think all the good, the critically thinking, all that shit will inevitably win in the end. But I think it's going to be a pretty hard fucking road to get there, and it's not going to be in any of our lifetimes, Like you can talk about a proletariat uprising and da 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 da. You can talk whatever shit you want, but it's like end of the day, like nothing has been actually done. Like you can say like, oh, look at insert positive country example of like, oh, this country had a bad insert problem with like I don't know average middle of the road employee struggling with life, and it's like this country had this problem and then they fixed it, and it's like fucking good for them, but like I feel like that's kind of part of the bread and circuses idea is we get this false perspective of like, oh, we can bring change to the country, but like end of the day, these people who want us to be stupid and poor and working 50 hours a week, like they run our media, and I'm not trying to dog whistle any specific groups or any of that shit. That I mean it's fucking it's billionaires. It's the rich. It's not fucking whatever racial group you're convinced has done this or that. It's not any of that shit. It's the fucking billionaires. It is the rich. It is the top 0.1% of the 0.1%. It's a lot of people bitch and moan about the 1%, but like top 1% of earners is like $1 million a year, which is a lot of fucking money, but it's like like if you I mean that's like the net worth of like 8 people versus like look at someone like Bezos or Musk or fucking Warren Buffett even. He's kind of an older head reference, but like look at any of those fucking guys and it's like, oh, they have so much infinitely more money than any of us could even combined make in a fucking lifetime. And I mean it's fucking sick that those people have that money. But you know, I hope I've gotten all of my points across in a manner that makes sense. Now on to the main topic of this video. uh, yeah, I have no idea. Oh, Jesus Christ. It is almost 3 a.m. I have to be up in 4 hours. Fuck me, man. You see, but to kind of cap off the critical thinking, this is what the government wants, is for you to only be able to critically think at 4 in the fucking morning. So that way you get your sleepy pilled, and that way you don't keep the thoughts the next day, Fuck that. That's honestly kind of a good, like, creepy idea, Because, I mean, that's the whole point I've been getting at in that fucking diatribe I just did, was the exhaustion, the labor, the wagey life that we all live is, I mean, it's intentional. It's not, and it's not because of any, we aren't producing anything. Like, I mean, we've shown, I can't remember what it was, but it was showing that, like, the average American produces, just at their job, they produce I think it was, like, 8 times more money, GDP, like, the average employee, sorry, hang on, fuck me, I don't have a source for this, Google it, maybe I'm wrong, but I think it was, like, since 1950s or 70s, like, the average U.S. employee worker, yes, has made like double the amount of productivity. Like the average U.S. employee makes way more money for the company than any employee in years past. And the reason for that is like increases in like, insert whatever production capability, insert whatever this, whatever that. And I think it's like wages have only increased, X amount alongside it. And a lot of people think that's intentional. Oh, dude, the water is so fucking clear. Like, look at that. Can you even tell there's water there? I fucking couldn't. But I think I hope all that shit I've been talking about has made sense. But I think with the just to cap it off, I think everything these people do is intentional because they have infinite free time and money and resources to think up, to critically think, whoa, of all of the awful shit they need to do to own you, to run your life for you, to when you go to your awful job where they dictate exactly what you do in no uncertain words, and then you come home from that awful job and you say, "Oh boy, I can't wait to scroll the social media for 6 fucking hours." And, whatever your fucking poison of choice is with social media, it's all the fucking same. And I can give my little fucking leftist soapbox here, but at the end of the day, tomorrow when I go home, I'm commuting tomorrow for weekend stuff. It's spring break this week, which I'm very happy about. End of the day, when I go home tomorrow, I'm not going to critically think when I get home. I'm not going to sit down and immediately start thinking about the fucking mechanical materialism and insert some more fucking leftist buzzwords. Like when I get home tomorrow, I'm not gonna think about that shit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit on my fat ass, scroll Instagram reels for 3 hours, and probably get bricked up thinking about Instagram models. You can clown on me. You can say like, oh, this is so cringe or this is so stupid or whatever. But it's like, you know, if I'm a actively critically thinking leftist, and this is where my life is at, what the fuck is the guy who doesn't question the world around him? What the fuck is his life at? What the fuck is their like you get what I'm saying? Like all of this anti-critical thinking shit that's in the US has been so heavily pushed that it's effectively succeeded. And because like no one can critically think anymore because there's no fucking ability to. Even college students, like I feel like, again, I should clarify, I'm in a spot in life where like I can critically think more effectively and more like I have more time for it. I have more ability to. I have more this, that. I have more access, resources, this, that, blah, 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 blah. I have more of that shit than just about anyone in this country. And even then, I'm still when I get home, I'm so fucking tired that I'm like, do I want to do the responsible thing and fucking feed my brain information about insert horrible fucking thing going on in the world? Or do I just want to say, fuck it, I'm just going to put my head down, scroll Instagram reels, and just say fuck it? And, I'm just going to be honest, there's not really a correct answer. I mean, there is. The correct answer is critically think and take action towards fixing the world. But like, are you gonna actually do that, or are you just gonna just drink the fucking Kool-Aid, man? And it's impossible not to. And it feels good. It feels good to not critically think. That's an unfortunate truth that a lot of leftist shit kind of ignores is, when all this horrible shit is going on in the world, it feels fucking nice to just put your fucking head down and just pretend none of it's happening. Just turn on the Instagram reels, turn off your fucking brain, and just try and pretend that it's all fine. And it works. Your brain tricks itself. It fucking works. And I think that's the scariest thing in the idea of manufacturing consent for that type of awful shit. And it's scary because, I mean, I've talked about how unconsciously I fell into that trap. But now that I've, sat down for 2 fucking hours and discussed it, I honestly can't guarantee that I won't fall into that trap again because it feels good. And with how fucking awful all of our lives are, it's it's hard not to it's impossible not to accept. You're telling me for the price of just, everyone having a marginally worse life, I get to not think and just get to have like effectively mental freedom. I mean, freedom is the wrong word, but like I get to have the fucking RAM in my head be free. Like that is a fucking that is a hard choice to make because, and I think end of the day it is the thing of like, oh, people who have critical think, like the thing from earlier of like, founding fathers, they were critical thinkers, they all owned slaves and shit. It's scary to think that like, oh shit, I completely lost my train of thought, sorry. Fuck yeah, lost it, fuck. It's just none of this shit is going to get solved, because I mean, if the media controls everything, and let's be honest, they do. I mean, billionaire ran media. Every single social media that is anything worth anything and anything commonly used, it is fucking billionaire ran. And that's why I feel like the internet challenges that you see where people are like, no Instagram for 2 months or no YouTube for a month. I went offline. That's why the first fucking thing those people do. Oh, sorry. The first fucking thing those people do when the challenge is done is they open Instagram because it feels good. It feels fucking good to sit there and goon for 6 fucking hours. It feels good to scroll through goddamn. I don't even know, man. It just feels good to scroll. It feels good to just stop thinking and just accept it. And it's I worry what the future will look like in that regard because I'm not black, so I can't give like a fucking narrative of the plot of slavery and all that, but it's like then they didn't have any consent. That was an explicit thing, it was by force, it was not consent. And now I feel like we're seeing a like quasi slavery state where the government, less so the government, more so the media. To be honest, I guess capitalism really does privatize everything. Fucking hell. But seeing the way that all of this shit has been like the billionaire overlords who run our fucking society. You know what? Go look at the average viewer of fucking Love Island, and I think everything I've mentioned in this video will just absolutely click for you. And I think I was going to spend this video talking about a specific problem I've been having in class, which is complete. I don't even remember how I got on this topic, to be honest. But I have no fucking idea. Ugh. But I think it was through like the culture of my school and the people I know and all that shit and how that brought me to this point. Something like that. I don't know. It's a long fucking night, man. But I hope everything I've said makes sense, and it's kind of a legitimate thing of like red pill versus blue pill. But dude, this is so Sigma. What the Sigma? But holy fuck, that is cool. But legitimately though, it is scary shit because if I were like, and even now when I'm like fully conscious of it, like we're talking about people who are just unconsciously being fed the Instagram Reels pipeline, and I'm using Reels because that's my fucking poison of choice. It's shorts, it's Reels, it's long form YouTube videos, it's everything. Every media that everyone consumes, regardless of age, regardless of this, regardless of that, is very explicitly pushing you towards that unconsciousness, towards that giving up your brain just so you can fucking have any modicum of like peace and quiet in your head. And it's scary. I don't have a solution because the reality is no amount of individual critical thinking is going to fix this. And the only way we could see like a large collective action on that front is realistically funded shit by a billionaire. I mean, you can say like sign my change.org petition to say social media must recommend X amount of and there's no way to make it work because as much as it's pushed by media companies, it's also pushed by the individual because it's like it's manufactured consent, but it's still consent. It's still your end of the day, like no one is forcing you to watch Instagram reels except your own mind and like the societal programming we've all received and shit. And because of that complete lack of like outward force, like there's no fucking gun to your head, watch Instagram reels or die. But I mean that's what it is on a mental level because it's watch Instagram reels or be so burnt out that your life suffers. And I've been critically thinking at home, so when I get to work the next day, my brain is a little out of it, so I get fired because my work wasn't at on par for fucking factory level, Like that's what I mean is like it's manufactured consent on like a plausible deniability level. And where like if you ask Zuckerberg, if you ask Musk, if you ask any of these fucking people who run social medias, if you ask whoever the new YouTube CEO is, I don't even fucking know. Susan Wojcicki, it was her for like 10 fucking years, and she got a lot of shit, but like she was fine, you know. She did a lot of questionable shit in the early days to like push YouTube toward making more profit, adpocalypse and all that. I mean, at the time it was fucking ears are itchy. It was fucking unheard of back in the day because it was like, whoa, she's pushing this, she's pushing ads into videos. I mean, it was fucking unheard of. But looking back, it was like, Google was probably at the Google say. Google was probably at some point just like, hey, either turn a profit or you're fucking cut. So, you know, I'm not, I don't know, man. But what I was saying with all the billionaires who run the social medias is like, there's a plausible deniability, probably even to them, because they're just, I mean, end of the day, these companies, they're doing this for fucking profit. They're making you watch more. They're making you scroll more unconsciously. They're making you do that so that way when you see advertisements, you don't reflexively fucking leave. You just go, ad. And then you fucking keep, you probably have like a little fucking nugget in the back of your head that's like, I want to buy Instagram advertisements, It's like all of this. I feel I don't think there's probably not any grand fucking architect behind all of this shit. I think with the capitalist society we live in and all that shit, it's probably a bunch of private individuals all having relatively similar thought patterns of like, I need to make profit. How do I make profit? By making people watch more. How do I make people watch more? By making content that makes you turn your brain off, because content that makes you think, thinking is hard. People don't want to think for 10 fucking hours, but people do want to watch slightly funny videos for 10 fucking hours. That's, I could see myself. And the sad thing is, like, if I were a fucking CEO, I'd probably do the same shit. And because it's protecting their own self-interest. This is the Marxist idea of, a lot of people like say like the bourgeoisie as an insult and shit, but it's like, neither of these are bad. These are both humans protecting their own self-interests. The poor, the proletariat, all that shit. We're doing what we can. We're selling our labor to survive. And then the bourgeoisie, they're doing what they can to force us to sell our labor. And both of them are their own self-interest. Both of them are. It's interesting, like through the Marxist lens, because it's the idea of a never-ending class struggle, because there will always be differences. There will always be differences in wealth. Like, people with money will always want to keep the money. People without money will always try and get the money. It's neither's evil. Both are trying to survive. Both are trying to live happily. And billionaires, yeah, a lot of people talk about like, oh, it's corporate greed and this and that. And yeah, I mean, it's greed, but like, I'm a greedy fuck. When I get money, I flex that shit. When I we're all human. End of the day, don't try and put yourself in a spot of like, I wouldn't do that. We're all evil fucking bums when it comes down to it. And I'm sure we could all say like, oh, if I was a billionaire, I'd give 50 billion to charity or whatever. But it's like, when your brain comes down to it and protecting your own self-interest, you're not gonna fucking do that. So it's a little scary that we've created the society of like ever increasing productivity in the U.S. We've created a country where the rich are incentivized to be fucking like they're incentivized to make us stupider. And stupider, is that a word? More stupid, I don't know. Like the country, the government less so, but like the private billionaires and all that shit, they have been incentivized to run our media, incentivized to make us fucking dumb, unconscious idiots who just get up, go to work every day, die at 60. You know? Like they've been incentivized to do that. And are you really gonna blame a fucking fat bastard diabetic for like dying of high blood sugar because they saw like a delicious cake in front of them? Like it's addicting. And like infinite money is fucking addiction. It is free money. Like, hand me an infinite pile of money and tell me that I can grow the number by making someone's life marginally worse, but also they're separated from it, so they probably don't even have the connection that it's making people's lives worse. They might. I don't know, but like, it's easy. Play cookie clicker for an hour. There you go. You're a venture capitalist now. Now you know what they're thinking, and it's scary. It's scary that that's where we're at. And I don't have a solution. A lot of people have argued that the solution is like, oh, fucking proletariat uprising, eat the rich, and all that. But like, end of the day, it's like kingpin political operations. It's the reason that shit doesn't work, is because for every Elon Musk, for every J.K. Rowling, for every idiot with $1 billion that we get rid of, there's always going to be one to take the place. There's always going to be a new thing. There's always going to be a new YouTube. There's always going to be new LA startup. That shit. It is always going to be there. And I don't think the solution is like eat the rich. I think the solution is something along the lines of like, I don't know, like equal wealth distribution. But even then, wealth distribution is pretty fucking effectively impossible in the society we live in, because how the fuck do we convince everyone that the money is equally distributed? And if the rich run our society, which they do, they control our media, they control everything. If the rich control everything in our society, then what's to stop them from just making wealth distribution? What's to stop them from doing that? And nothing. That's the answer. Like, if you open up Instagram, like Instagram Reels is the example I've been using. Open up Instagram Reels when it's time to vote day for fucking. Do you want wealth distribution? Big national, international vote. When that comes up, do you really think the average fucking brain rotted, absolutely brain wormed, goddamn skibbity toilet enjoyer? Do you really think they're gonna open Instagram Reels and they're gonna see the fucking programming pushed by the state and they're gonna be like, like. And I'm sorry that this video has been such a negative take on things, but like, I think that's where we're at, and I'm curious to comment down below. Let me know if you agree with me. I mean, it's 3 a.m. I'm fucking tired, so I'm sure probably all of these points are fucking bad. I don't know. I'm tired enough that like none of this is a well-formed argument, and I'm sure I've said some dumb shit in this video. Feel free to comment below your own beliefs, your own takes on the matter, whatever you feel like. What do you got? Water bucket for emerald. 2 emerald. My apologies. Dude, did they change the fucking logs text? Why does it look like that? It looks like fucking 8-bit. 8 bits, 16 bits, 32 bits, 64 bits. God, that is a shitty meme from like 2017, maybe 20, somewhere in there. Fuck. Yeah, but I think I'm tired. And that's a function of the state. I'm bidding, but like, hell, I hope you've gotten the takeaway that I have, and if not, comment below and we can talk about it. Yeah, fuck, that's all I got. I was gonna talk about just kind of quickly. I was gonna talk about with classes, not like monetary classes, but like my college classes. I was gonna talk about, what was it? Some fucking bullshit. I don't know. Too fucking tired for this shit, man. And that's on them. I'm bidding, but I hope you can see my worldview there, or like a weird fucking facsimile of my worldview. Last final bits. The thing from the beginning where I was talking about classes, it was effectively just, I don't know if I want to do marching band next year, because I've been like super immersed in school culture, and things have kind of fallen to shit, but it's also a lot of my friends are going to be there in marching band, and I don't know, because I know that, like, to put in context, I'm tuba player, tuba section, 20 people, about 5 to 8 come and go every year. Last year was a big, like, my freshman year there were 18 players, my sophomore year there were 26 fucking players, then this year there are 20, and if I were to tally up every person who has like come and gone over the years, it would probably be about 50-ish people. And these are people that you're around every day. These people, they're legitimately like, they're family to me. And I kind of want to stop at this year with marching band, because the director getting fired, or like quasi forced into retirement, it was fucking weird. Like, all of that shit happening in tandem with like a bunch of the players I knew are graduating. Like, of the 20 players this year, like 9 of them are graduating. Like 3 or 4 of them are going on in their programs where it's like, oh, I'm interning next year, so I can't actually be here. And it's like, it's, how do I put it? Things are changing. Things are changing very rapidly, and I might not have a choice. It depends on how some of the course lineups end up working. It's all going to depend on the new director, and we'll fucking see. I don't know, but end of the day, a lot of changes are happening, and I don't know if I want to stick around through them. I've been in the department. I guess I will actually fully talk through this, because I was super tired, but now I've got like fucking second wind. That's actually the most valuable point I've made in this whole fucking video. The fucking rage bait monkey. I've been doing that shit a lot. Every time I have like a bit that's going bad, I just go. It's so fucking funny. Oh my god. Ugh. I fucking cracked my back real good. Ugh, fuck me, man. I am. Holy fuck, I'm tired. Fuck me. There you go. But I've just been. It's just, even though marching band has been a pain in the ass, it's been my life for the last 3 years. I mean, we were putting in, at some points last year, we were putting in like 30 hours a week. And all of these people were our friends, so like these are the main people I talk to. And I'm also a music major, so I'm seeing these people every single day. Even if we have band off, it's like, oh, I'm still in classes, I'm still seeing these people. Like, these people have been my entire life, my entire family for years. And it feels like it's end of an era because the director is gone. Our stadium is changing. We're getting a new one. We're like changing to some local one or some shit. I don't know. All the shit is changing. New director, new assistant director, new everything. Everything is fucking changing. And even if it's good changes, good for the next gen, good for the new kids coming in and all that shit, good for them. Happy for them. Hope it goes well, I mean, it's been like one of the most beautiful. This is relevant. One of the most beautiful things I've ever read in any media ever in Fallout New Vegas was the journal of the Survivalist from the Zion DLC. I can't remember the exact quote, but the final line in the last Survivalist journal, he's dying of, like, I believe lung cancer or some type of like spore in his lung, some shit. It's from the spore pod carriers. They gave him lung fuck up. I don't know. I can't remember. I haven't looked at the shit in too long. But he realizes he's dying, so he goes to this like big like arch canyon, and he climbs up to the top of it, and he just says, like, I'm just gonna sit up there and just look up for a while and let the cold take me. And he has this beautiful fucking line at the ending where, like, he says, like, in the end it was a gift to behold Zion, or something to that effect, where he lives a horrible fucking life throughout the entire series of journals. He loses his wife and son in the nuclear war. Then he tries to rebuild his family with he finds the camp of people fleeing from Mexico, and avocados from Mexico, and he like befriends them through like distance, and he's like slowly becoming closer friends. And it's like there's so many points in the survivalist story that could have went well, could have been a happy ending, but it's just so much strife and struggle and nightmare. And just reading that final line in that fucking journal, it fucking broke me, man. And it's one of those quotes in media that I come back to a lot. Let me get it. Let me get the actual quote instead of paraphrasing. The character's name is Randall Dean Clark. Journal. Where is the final ending? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, the final line is... Here we go. I wish them well. It's been a gift to me at the end of it all to behold innocence. Goodbye, Zion. And I'm not gonna lie, the first time I read that, it fucking broke me. It made me cry like a bitch. And I mean, hell, even right now I've got like fucking tears welling up in my eyes thinking about it. And I don't know, just something about his story. And, granted, it's fictional story set in like wacky wasteland of Fallout world. So it's a little bit like different from the real life application I'm using it for, but it's just the last 3 years of my life in college shit. I can't really pinpoint good or bad, because so much good has come from it and so much bad has come from it, and it's just such a big part of my life is really fucking end of an era right now. And I'm a little bit torn on whether to hang around, see what the new gen is up to, fucking help keep that culture going. Because the sad reality of it is, like, with all of the people graduating, I mean, we're talking about, like, potentially 15 out of 20 tuba players are just going to be gone. And I mean, you can't keep a culture when it's 3/4 of the people are just not fucking here anymore. And I I don't know. I want to inspire some of it in the new gens, you know. I want to give them what I can of this to, because I mean, this has been my family, man. This has been my life. And ah, fuck, I'm gonna cry like a bitch on camera. um it's just, I don't know, I'm torn because it's been such a beautiful time. Ah, fuck. God damn it, man. Fuck me, man. It's just been such a beautiful few years, and I want to keep it going. I want to try and inspire some of that in the new gens. Try and stick around a bit, you know, see it. But I don't think I can, because if I go back next year, and that's a pretty fucking massive if. I mean, we're talking about at most like 8 people that I know out of, and that's a pretty fucking high estimate. Like realistically, like 5 to 6 people from this year out of 20, and there's no way you can maintain that culture, maintain all that, and I mean, it's the end of an era, and I think I just have to accept it. But I, I'm still, and also even if I were to go back and try and keep it going, try and keep it all, you know, like trying to not keep things static, but just try and inspire some of it in the new gens, and then get the fuck out and move on with life. Even if I were to try and do that, it's like it'd be artificial, because I mean that culture that we've had here. I mean, it was built over the course of fucking decades. It was built by the people before us, and now with this year, we've got this is kind of like a great dying event where you know, it's the end of a fucking era, and before it's been like 2 to 3 years of like 3 or 4 people go, but 3 or 4 people come in. So it's not a static, unchanging culture, but it's a fluid one. It's one where we all, like, I can pinpoint back to my section leader my freshman year, Will. He came in class of like 2019, class of 2020, somewhere in there. And then his section leader, Cameron, he came, I think that was the section leader. That motherfucker came in like class of 2018. And it's just, you keep pulling it further and further back and back. And it feels like there's a chain of it where it's such a beautiful bugging thing. And it's ending. Because, you know, 3/4 of the section is gone. And I mean, the vibes, they can't fucking survive that. They just can't. And I know that any attempt by me, if I were to go back to recreate what we had, would, or not recreate, but like to try and keep it going, you know, it would just be like a crude, shitty fucking facsimile, use that word again, of what we had. And fuck, man. I don't know. It's hard, and also there's a non-zero chance with my degree stuff that I just get forced to do marching band anyway. So you know, that would be pretty fucking funny. I literally cried on camera for 10 fucking minutes about goddamn culture, and then get told, no, actually, you gotta do it. But fuck, man, it's, I don't know. You know, I just, it's been, the reason I pulled up that survivalist quote was just because of the line, "It's been a gift." Um, because I've hated a pretty big chunk of my time in marching band, a pretty big fucking chunk of it. I've fucking hated it, and I've also loved it. I've also built so many lifelong fucking friendships from it. I've built so much shit from it, and I have so many goddamn emotions tied into this shit. And because of that, I see this, I see it all, and it's just beautiful, man. Ugh, goddamn, grind like a bitch, man. Got fucking phlegm in my throat. Ugh. Ugh. Fuck. Fuck, man. Um, and things are changing so rapidly at our department. Everything is changing, and I don't know what the new people are going to be left with, but end of the day, with the fucking survivalist quote, it's like, everything I've gotten, it's been a fucking mixed bag, man. It's been some of the hardest, most grueling, just fucking evil workload of my entire life. At points, it's just been fucking brutal. And at points, I've hated it for months on end. At points, I've loved it for months. And end of the day, I can look at it all now with a bit more of an objective lens now that it's all over. Or not objective lens. It's all through my view of it. But it's just... it was a gift. Like from the Zion quote, it's like, it was a gift to, even looking back, just to look at it all in memory. It's all so beautiful, and I fucking worry because the new people, they won't get any of what we had. And the culture will survive to an extent, it's not like every single person in the band is all of a sudden going to get fucking murdered, it's not like we're going to get blown up by fucking Al Qaeda. It's nothing like that, but it's also a massive group of people graduating this year. It's like 50 fucking people out of like 100, 200 ish. No, it's more than that. It's always, the freshman class is always the biggest because it's like people get slowly weeded out through the years. But this senior class is fucking huge, and this junior class also fucking huge, and it's like as time goes on, it's a ship of Theseus. It's that idea of like. We all know that shit. It's a fucking classic, and it's like the process of it is what is so beautiful. The ever flowing nature of the culture of it, where it like you change out the people slowly. You slowly over the course of years and years get one person in, one person out, one person in, one person out. It's this like beautiful fucking balancing act of culture where it's so fucking beautiful, man. And to think that it's coming to an end, not because of any fault of any of the fucking people in this goddamn band, but because of a stupid administration's fuck ups, and because of a band director's ego, and because of the administrators also their ego. It's like this fucking machine, this beautiful thing that has been created over the course of decades, because our director, he'd been here since like early 2000s. Before that, the band director prior to him was his father. I don't think that'll dox me. That's happened on a couple of universities I know, and it's this beautiful thing of like, just the culture keeps going and going and going and in fucking forever and ever. And fucking perpetuity. Another big word for you today. You know, it's such a beautiful fucking thing. It's such a beautiful, like, balancing act of, like, slowly integrating people into the culture. And, you know, they take what they can. They add pieces. They take out pieces. They change it slowly over the course of decades. Like, we're talking about this university's band has existed, like, 80 fucking years. And, like, if you went, like, to whoever was there 80 years ago in the tuba section and you just pinpointed their personality and then you went year by year and just slowly went through it, we could see, like, this beautiful fluid, like, evolution of culture. And I hope it keeps going, but it seems like this year is probably the end of it, just because so few people are coming back from this year that it's fucking all over, man. It's like it's the Sopranos quote, and I've never watched the show. I just saw a fucking YouTube short with this quote where the guy was like, I think it was Paulie. I think that's the character's name. I don't fucking know. He says something to the effect of, "Do you ever get the feeling that you're coming in at the end, that the glory days are gone, and that this is where we're left, and the end is soon," or there's something to that effect, like. And I've kind of realized now that, like, that's where we're at. This is the end, man, and it's already behind us. Like, the marching band semester is done, and we're in concert band now, and that culture is a lot more toned down just because we don't see each other as much. We're only here like 3 hours a fucking week versus 20. And yeah, it's a pretty fucking big difference. So it's it's just been such a beautiful part of my fucking life, man. And to think that, like, even the people who have been here a year, you know, the people who got to experience that for, well, a short time, you know, they, like, and the freshman classes here, they're fucking goated. They're great people. They're amazing people, and it was beautiful. This year was probably the best example of, like, the fucking culture machine working, because they came in, they added bits, they were just this year was really just the culture side of things just working in full fucking perfection. And it's to think that they won't get that side of it, that they won't really get to continue that fluid evolution, is it is fucking heartbreaking, man. But it's also, I cried like a bitch about it, and I feel like I should clarify. I'm saying cry like a bitch, not specifically about women, but like but like just like you a bitch ass loser, like in that way. Oh, fuck. But it's just I'm having like a little sprig of optimism about it though, because even though the culture is effectively gone from here, you know, there's next year there are going to be, I think, oh god, there's three freshmen, or there were four freshmen this year, four new people. One guy's a junior, but he like transferred here. He's dropping out, I believe. Two of the freshmen, one of the freshmen's already dropped out, and he was an alright guy. He was a little out there mentally, but you know, he was an alright dude. The other two freshmen, they're both probably coming back. The sophomores, literally all of them are gone except for one guy, and that's like out of five. Because one guy, the thing that spurred on, I just realized I never actually clarified. The thing that spurred on this whole fucking video was I went out to dinner with not a tuba player, but another brass player who was getting like a military band audition, and it's shaping up to be like, oh, this dude's going to be like dropping out because he's going to be going into the military and being in a military band. And it's like, end of the day, that's kind of the goal of the college side of things for him was to get a job playing, and he fucking did it. Good shit. But what was I saying? He ended up like we ate a dinner, and like when we were there, it was like it was 6 or 7. God damn it, 6, 7. It was I think 6 of us, and like 3 or 4 trombone players, 2 or 3 tuba players, and I'm not gonna lie. At one point, I was looking around at the table, and I kind of just had all of the things I've articulated in this video. All of it popped in my head, but in a lot more base emotional of a way, less of an articulate emotional thing, more of just like the feeling. And yeah, but of the fucking 4 sophomore tuba players, 3 of them are gone. Of the juniors, it is just me and 2 other guys. One of them is an education major, so he might be interning. I don't know. He doesn't do music ed. He does one of the other ones, and I'm not gonna say it for privacy, but he does like a different education major, and I don't know when he does interning. I don't know. He might be gone. That's a pretty 50-50. And the other junior, I'm not gonna lie, we've had like we're close friends, and we've had like multiple hour to 2 hour long discussions about like what our futures look like, and both of us kind of landed on everything is uncertain, and fuck, you know, um, shit. And the seniors, literally all of them are gone. Every single one of them, except maybe one. So that is one senior. Um, if I had to guess, probably 2 juniors, maybe one, maybe two. Um, one, we'll call it one junior, just because I think of the 3 of us, it'd probably be like one of us end up coming back. And I'm just gonna be kind of frank about it. I don't think I will be. I don't think I want to. Um, yeah, but let's just assume one junior, one sophomore, and 2 freshmen. So 5 people out of 20. There you go. There you go. But I don't know. The culture of it getting fucking eviscerated by time is, I don't know. It's a sped up version of what was already happening, because we have a thing in our section that, without going into it, is a oh no, Regigigas. That fucking Pokemon. Oh my god. Oh my god, damn it. Oh god, fucking damn it, man. Fuck me. Oh my god, but look, it's just, it is, what am I trying to fucking articulate? Oh my god. I bitted too close to the fucking sun. Oh my god. Yes, I did just pick my fucking nose on camera. Dude, crying makes like fucking snot build up in my nose like nothing. Why does it do that? Why does crying make snot build up in your nose? I was thinking about that. Huh. Because like I even actively cleared my throat a few times, and there was still shit in there. And there still is now. Wild. But yeah, damn. But I don't know, the culture going through such a massive shakeup in this next year, it's scary. It's fucking scary. Because it's the fear of it's the classic like human fear of change, which is like, I'm sure you could argue is rooted in like our fear of death, because if life is like isn't permanent, then what the fuck happens? And all that shit, all that fucking psychology bullshit that I am not anywhere near qualified to talk about. It's a bunch of scary shit, man, and I'm worried about it. But I think end of the day, the conclusions are basically just that this is what would have happened anyway, but just over a massive massive fucking body slam into like the fluidness of it, because I remember we have a tradition thing, the thing that I said when I sounded like fucking Reggie Gigas. There is a important thing. I don't want to go too much into it just because it's a private thing. It's like it's a thing every like Instagram girlfriend group has, of like the weird inside joke where it's like, oh, you had to be there, Good God. Man. God. But it was a big thing, and it still is. It still is the main thing, and it's this one motto. I'll say that it's like a motto slash kind of phrase that we use, and it's kind of encapsulating it all, because it's almost like a fermented wine, where through the years and years of fucking brewing of this culture, through everything that's built up, it's slowly just been added and added and added and slowly fermented into this beautiful fucking yummy mead alcohol. I don't know. Fucking alcoholics, jingle, jingle, jingle. Look, alcohol. Look. It's okay that you beat your kids. Jingle, jingle, jingle. But it's this legitimately beautiful thing where that one motto kind of encapsulated all of the shit, all of the years, because the story of how we got it was in itself like such a beautiful tale, and it was literally like a passing down of the culture, where every year we had one of the old heads like graduated, and like I'm not gonna say his name, but we would get this dude. He would come in, and this motherfucker graduated in like 2019. This motherfucker is old, and I say that as it was like 5 fucking years ago, 6 or 7. God damn it. But like old head dude who's been like immersed in it longer than we have, and he would like tell us a story of how they got it, and it's just seeing it pass down, seeing the meaning slowly change, seeing the not the meaning change, but seeing the people change around it. It's the war never changed, but the men, like the fighters, do, from Fallout. Isn't that what that quote is? I don't fucking remember. I know every game kind of has their own take on it, but it's just seeing it. I don't know. I'm just, even now, I'm just kind of being flooded with memories of just various shit from over the years, and that was my fucking life, man, and it's over. I've still got, a year here, and I may or may not be in marching band, but like that group, that time of my life is fucking over. And next year, I'm happy for the kid, for like the old head or the young shits, because they get to build it. They get to, we've been doing this. I don't know. I don't want to call it a tired old trick or any shit like that. Like a tired old biddy at the club. Pay 50 cents for the old one. Like, fuck. I guess 80 years is long enough, man. But at the end of the day, I don't think the culture is gonna die overnight. But I think a large part of it is gone, and fuck, it is. Damn. It's and but hey, 3 years is long enough. 4 years is long enough, and I guess I gotta kind of bid it all adieu and move on with my life. But it was fucking beautiful while it lasted, man. And god damn, fuck it. It's just things are I can't even discuss it all on YouTube because it's like such massive shit that it would instantly dox me. But there like such massive changes are happening like overnight in the department. Like we're talking about entire like every fucking thing is going to be different. And I mean, I legitimately can't even discuss it all. Like that's how. Like to be frank, the whole entire music degree, like there's a few options if you're a music major. You have performance general, which is kind of just like general majors usually either have like a are bad, or they have like some specific weird topic that they're into that the school doesn't offer a degree on. And then education are like the three big ones. And then there's also entertainment industry is like the technology side of it. And it's just all pretty much the entire department is being fucking gutted. And what I mean by gutted is a lot of the faculty, damn near all of the faculty, is being slowly shifted out. And I've seen it in my time here. The assistant director a couple years ago, he was gone. He ended up leaving for college a couple states over. They offered him better money, better life. He took it. I don't blame him. He had kids to feed. He had family. I would have done it. Um, or band like head director, he's gone. The assistant director that we got for this year, he's gone. It's it's fucking it's a lot, man. Um, hmm, damn, it's just I mean that's really all the extent of what I can say is just that this teacher is gone, this teacher is gone, this teacher is gone, because that doesn't narrow it down quite enough. But it's like so much is changing overnight. So much of the way the college functions is changing over the night. Over the night, is that what I fucking said? Um, the actual music building is going to be gone in like a year's time, year or two. Um, they're building a fucking new one, and it's how do I put this? Everything about every last little bit of culture of this band has just been slowly changed over the course of decades. And now, in the span of the 3 years that I've been here, fucking absolute goddamn retard drawl. But in the span of my freshman year, we had the practice field. I'm not gonna. It had like a specific name to it, and overnight, over that 1 year, that was the practice field for the band for 80 fucking years. And overnight, they were like, "Nope, you don't do that no more," and they changed it to a different one. Um, overnight in year two, it was like, this is the fucking beloved assistant director who is kind of the main face of the program, just because head director is like too busy with like administrative shit and real work. I'm bidding. Both of their jobs are fucking important, but like it's like he ended up going year two, and then year three, it's all this fucking shit has happened with the head director being gone, and it's a whole fucking mess. I can't even begin to fucking describe all the bullshit of it. Now year four, it's the stadium where we've played for so many years is gone, and I mean, not for me, I'll be gone, but like what would be year five, it's like the whole music building is gone, is different now, and it's just so much shit is just changing and changing and changing over fucking night. Like 5 years to have the entire program fucking changed is crazy. And it's it's worth clarifying this shit. There you go. Like all of this shit, directors getting changed, buildings getting changed, fields getting changed. All of this is previous to the last few years where everything is kind of blown up. Prior to that, it would have taken like decades for any of that. Like in the 80 to 90, something like that years this program has existed, they have went through 8 directors, changed one a decade. Went through about 10 assistant directors, something like that. A little bit more often, not a crazy amount more though. And I believe it's the same building as it was back. Or no, it's a new building. Built this because the music building was built in the 60s, 50s. So 2 music buildings in that whole time. And practice field, it's been the same one up until my freshman year. So we're talking about shit that has lasted for like, with the practice field, damn near a century, and it is just gone overnight. And it's just seeing all of this change so rapidly, I feel like is kind of disorienting. Fuck, that feels good. I don't know what it is about just fucking digging in my ear that just feels absolutely amazing, but I love that shit. But yeah, everything is changing and really fast at that. So I don't know. It's on the one hand, it's like this year was pretty bad. A lot of horrible shit happening. Horrible shit happening. Fucking idiot. But like a lot of bad shit happened this year. This year was rough, and I'm not going to lie, at the end of marching band, I had a realization of like, I think it's time for me to fucking bid adieu to this goddamn program. And everything has been kind of telling me like, it's time, it's time to move on. And fuck. It's been my life for such a long time that the adjustment is going to be a lot. I know it is. I'm not a fucking fool. Damn. And I guess that's what the future looks like for me, is adjusting to it all, learning to see what else is out there. Because end of the day, marching band has been like effectively a full-time job for the last 3 fucking years. And it's weird because it's one of those environments where like this is work, school, job, and family fucking bundled up into one. And losing that this year, it is doing fucking something to my head. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know where it's all gonna lead or where it's all gonna end up, but I'm hopeful for the future and everything. And I think to add a final conclusion to it all, I think it's time for me to step out and the new culture. I think it's beautiful that I got to see the end of the culture. I don't know. It's one of those TV finales. You occasionally get the TV finale that's like, and the story goes on, where you'll see a finale to a show and it'll end on a note where things are still status quo. Things are still, and the show goes on and we just don't get to see it. Like that type of vibe. And this isn't that. I really did come in here at the very end of a long fucking era. And I can only hope that whatever comes next, whatever the kids, whatever the new people, the people who are fucking 14, 15, 16, 17 in high school right now, I can only hope that whatever they have, whatever they're going to build here next is going to be just as beautiful, long, heartfelt fucking story. Um, yeah, but it's been fucking beautiful, man. And to think that I got to be here at the end of such a beautiful fucking story is just fuck, man. It really is beautiful. Um, fuck. It's 4 a.m. It is 3:58, 3:59. Ooh, I got to watch the number change. Very cool. I have one of those. I'll end it on like a happy rant note. I have like an analog alarm clock and digital alarm clock. Analog. I don't fucking know the difference anymore. Too much shit has names. But my alarm clock, it is. I got like one of the physical ones, not one on my phone, because I am fucking awful. I am not women born after 1993. I do not know how to charge their phone. I do not do that shit enough. And I know that if I set my alarm is set for 7 and it's 4 a.m. Goddamn. But like, even if I had the volume up, I would probably just do the fucking snooze, sleep. I don't think I'm not the type to do that, but I am the type to like fucking roll over on top of it and just completely miss it. And with that, it's 4 a.m. Just watch the clock change. Buck, 2 hours of ranting, 3.5 for me, but the first hour and a half, it was kind of a warm up. Fuck. That's all I got. Thank you for watching. That's it. It is. Fuck. It's March 19th. Fuck. Been a long year. Bye, everyone.